Hare Krishna. Now we will hear about some other temples which are near Tirupati. First is HATHIRAM Baba or Saint Bhavaji in Tirupati. An ardent devotee of Lord Ram, seventh avatar of Lord Maha Vishnu, from northern part of India visited Tirumala on pilgrimage. His name was Bhavaji. He was so fascinated by the majestic appearance of the Lord that he decided to stay in Tirumala forever, having darshan of the Lord all the time. He constructed a Maha, a place where the saints lived near the temples, and settled there. Bhavaji used to have the darshan of the Lord at least thrice a day. Still he wasn't satisfied of his darshan. He used to look at the Lord unmoved for long. This communicated for a few weeks. Temple employees have observed Babaji visiting the temple and gazing at the Lord continuously for longer times. Finding suspicious about this act, they reported the matter to the temple authorities. Next day, when Babaji entered the temple premises to have the darshan of the Lord, he was pushed out of the temple without allowing him to take his Ram's darshan. He pleaded not to separate him from his Lord Ram. No one listened to his cry. Instead, he was warned not to enter the temple for Lord's darshan again. A sad and dejected Bhavaji returned to his Mutt. After getting back to the Mutt, he cried with the Lord, "Hey Lord, my Ram, what is my fault? Is it a sin to have your darshan? You know it very well that I can't live without your darshan. Why you punished me this way? What am I supposed to do now?" Next morning, Bhavaji went to the temple as usual to have the darshan of the Lord, but he was pushed out of the gate. A dejected Bhavaji returned back to his Mutt. He was not sure how to pass this time without having the Lord's darshan. He then took up a die board and started playing the dice himself, assuming that he was playing with the Lord on the other side. He himself used to throw the dice and the Lord's dice on his behalf. This way he played the game all alone the day and fell asleep. When he was in a deep sleep at night, he heard a pleasant voice calling, "Bhavaji, wake up, it's me, your Ram." Bhavaji opened his eyes and saw the Lord standing in front of him. He couldn't believe his eyes. "Is it real or a dream?" Amazed Bhavaji asked the Lord. Lord replied that it wasn't a dream. He really visited him to play dice with him. There was no boundary to the happiness of Bhavaji. A jubilant Bhavaji laid a mat on the floor and sat with the Lord Balaji to play the dice. Bhavaji defeated the Lord in his game. The Lord then asked Bhavaji to seek any boon against his victory over him. Bhavaji politely said, "Hey Lord, what can I ask you more than this? I am satisfied with your Vishwarupa darshan. I do not need any material pleasure or wealth. Give me a little place at your lotus feet to serve you. I need no favor than this." A pleased Lord blessed Bhavaji and vanished with a promise to get back to the game again. Next day, Bhavaji excitedly waited for the sun to set so that he again played die with the Lord. Finally, the wait was over. When the temple door were shut at the night, the Lord moved out of his Ananda Nilayam and visited Bhavaji to play a game of die. After finishing that game, the Lord returned back to Ananda Nilayam, promising to come back again. It became a regular practice for the Lord to visit the Mutt and spend time playing dice with Bhavaji at night when the temple doors were closed. One day, when the Lord was playing dice with Bhavaji, he heard a voice of someone calling Bhavaji. The Lord asked Bhavaji to go and check it out. When Bhavaji went out to see if anyone was there, he found nobody. He then returned back to inform the Lord, but he found that the Lord has already left him without informing him. When he picked up the die board to keep it safe, he saw a diamond stone necklace of the Lord laying at the board. He picked up the necklace and kept it safe, thinking that the Lord at the night have forgotten it, and he would return when he comes back to play next time. Next morning, when Pradhana Archaka was getting ready to give bath to the Lord, noticed that the necklace was missing. He then took the notice to temple authorities. The temple authorities was worried about the theft of Lord's necklace. All the employees were called upon and inquired about the missing necklace. The Pradhana Archak informed the management about the incident of Bhavaji in the recent past and straight away raised suspicions over him. The temple authorities ordered to get Bhavaji for inquiry. On the other hand, Bhavaji was waiting for Lord's arrival to play the game of dice. For long the Lord hasn't come to play. In the meantime, he heard someone shouting his name at the doorstep. By the time he reached there, the soldiers got in and started searching all over the place. Bhavaji was surprised to see them searching all over. He tried to inquire what was going on. He was told that someone has stolen the Lord's necklace. Bhavaji immediately understood what they were looking for and got the necklace. He held it safely to return to the Lord when he visits again. "Is this the necklace you are looking for?" asked Bhavaji. One of the Sainiks said, "Here you go. You have stolen the Lord's necklace? You are under arrest." Bhavaji pleaded his innocence but hasn't listened any of his word. They arrested and took him to the temple authorities. On inquiring by the temple authorities, Babaji told that the Lord used to visit his Mutt and play dice with him every night when the temple doors were shut. The Lord had forgotten this necklace last at my Mutt after playing the game yesterday. I noticed I picked up the necklace and kept it safe to return back when he comes again. Pradhana Archaka of the temple raised his eyebrows and said, "We have been doing all sort of pujas and sevas every day to the Lord for so many years. The Lord hasn't appeared to us and he appeared to you. Moreover, he played die game with you. Whom are you bluffing? Are you a greater devotee than us?" He stumbled. There should be a limit of speaking false. Some of the authorities suggested pretending himself before the king's courtyard for justice. The next morning, he was presented in the courtyard of the emperor, Sri Krishna Dev Raya, as a culprit who has stolen the necklace of the Lord. After listening to the charges, Sri Krishna Dev Raya asked Bhavaji explanation. Bhavaji explained all that had happened with him. The emperor felt him very innocent. He thought it would be unjust to punish him without sufficient proof and proper investigation. He therefore decided to put Bhavaji on test. Sri Krishna Dev Raya told Bhavaji that he will be given an opportunity to prove himself innocent. For this, he will be dumped with heap of sugar canes in the cell. And if he succeeds in consuming the entire heaps of sugar cane by the wake of the dawn, tomorrow he will be released innocent, and if he fails to do so, he will be punished for the theft. Bhavaji never pretended. He had no choice but to accept the emperor's decision. He was then taken to the prison cell, and tons of sugar cane heaps were dumped before him, and locked the door of the cell. Bhavaji sat in the corner, closed his eyes, and prayed to the Lord. Hey Lord, I am innocent, and you know the fact very well. I have been charged of theft and put on the test of eating these sugarcane heaps. Hey Ram, it's not my test. They have put you on test. They want to test your existence in this world. If anything I need in this life is a little place before your feet to serve you till my last breath. He left everything on the shoulders of the Lord and imprisoned in deep penance. A little later, a giant elephant appeared in the cell, and by the wake of the dawn, the elephant ate all the heaps of sugar cane dumped there for Bhavaji. The elephant then awaked Bhavaji from his penance with his trunk. Bhavaji was surprised to see an elephant in the cell. When he saw the entire heap of sugar cane were finished, he realized that his Ram has arrived for his rescue, and immediately fell upon his feet and cried, Ram, O Ram, my Ram, you have come up for my rescue. How lucky I am. The elephant then blessed Bhavaji with his trunk and trumpeted loud. On hearing the elephant's trumpet, the guards peeped through the keyhole and wondered to see an elephant inside a locked cell. They immediately rushed to the authorities and informed the matter. Meanwhile, the elephant broke open the doors and ran away immediately. Some guards tried to follow the elephant, but it disappeared thereafter. When the emperor visited Bhavaji, he was found gazed at the direction where the elephant has left, repeatedly uttering a word HATHIRAM. When asked who was HATHIRAM and how the elephant entered the prison cell, Bhavaji told that his Ram has come in the form of an Hathi, an elephant, to save him. Everyone who had assaulted him on the charge of theft exclaimed at the great devotion of Bhavaji. One and all had accepted his devotion to Lord Balaji is eternal. The Pradhana Archaka in particular begged his pardon for the assault made to him out of pride and ego. Shri Krishna Dev Raya revealed him all charges and appointed Bhavaji as the Pradhan Archaka of the temple of Tirumala. He happily obeyed the orders of the emperor as he got a little time opportunity to serve Lord. Since the Baba, Bhavaji's beloved Lord, Sri Ram has personally come to the rescue of Bhavaji in the form of a Hathi and elephant, he has been named as Hathiram Baba. As a Pradhan Archaka of the temple, Bhavaji served the Lord for many years. He later sacrificed his soul to the Lord and entered into a Jeev Samadhi. His body was then cremated near Venugopala Swami temple on the way to Papa Vinasam on the hill of Tirumala. A samadhi of Hathiram Baba had been constructed there, and daily puja is being performed every day. People visiting Venugopala Swami temple gave their homage to this great devotee of Lord Venkateshwara. The Hathiram Baba Murti had been built on the southern side of the temple in the remembrance. Conclusion. I hope many might have now really understood that Hathiram Baba's real name was Bhavaji, and he was called Hathiram Baba not because he was fat like a hathi or elephant, but because his beloved Lord Ram has come to his rescue in the form of a hathi when he was in danger. The Jeeva Samadhi of great saint Hathiram Baba still is near Venugopala Swami temple on the way to Pavavinasam on Tirumala hills. Pilgrims visiting Venugopala Swami temple pay their homage to this great saint Samadhi and seek his blessing. If anybody had been there and returned back without paying homage to this great saint Samadhi is in ignorance. Please do so if you visit the Samadhi next time around. You can also find the Samadhi of many other saints all other places out there. You can find Hathiram Baba's Murti on the southern side of the Venkateshwara temple of Tirumala near the main entrance in remembrance of the great saint Hathiram. You can also visit there to know more about this great saint. Sri Swami Pushkarni, Fly Malay Swami Pushkarni in Tirumala. Swami Pushkarni were originally in Vaikunta and belonged to Sri Mahavishnu. It was set on earth by Garuda for the sport of Sri Venkateshwara. It is adjacent to the Sri Venkateshwara temple. Pilgrims bathe here before entering the main temple. The Mukoti of Sri Pushkarni, the merging of over 3 crore tirthams in Swami Pushkarni, occurs on Mukoti Dwadashi, the 12th day of fortnight of Dhanurmasa. Therefore, it is believed that bathing in the Swami Pushkarni on this day is equivalent to bathing in the holy river like Ganga. On the western bank of Swami Pushkarni is the Sri Varahadev Swami temple. On its south is the Sri Venkateshwara temple. The wooden float festival of Lord Sri Venkateshwara in the month of February and March, and Avabruddha Snanam or Chakra Snanam during Brahma Utsava takes place in Swami Pushkarni. Festivals at this tirtham are Kumaradhara, which is conducted in Manga Purnami, Ramakrishna festival at Pushya Purnami, Tumburu at Falguna Purnima, and Chakra Kartika Masa on Sherabdi Dwadashi. Sri Varahaswami Temple. Sri Varahaswami Temple in Tirumala is to the north of the Sri Venkateshwara Temple on the banks of Swami Pushkarni. According to the legend, Tirumala was originally Adi Varaha Kshetra, that is, the house of Adi Varahaswami, and it was with his permission that Lord Sri Venkateshwara took up residence here. According to the Brahma Purana, pilgrims should first offer Naivedyam to Sri Adi Varahaswami before visiting the Sri Venkateshwara temple. According to Artha Samhita, the Varaha avatar is worshipped in 3 forms: Adi Varaha, Pralaya Varaha, and Yajna Varaha. The deity of Sri Venkateshwara Varahadev Swami in Tirumala is that of Adi Varaha, as it resembles the description of the Adi Varaha Murti in Vaikanasa Agama. Hare Krishna.